Reporting in.
I forget who I had doing it.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's Yaza. Alright, so we're going to have Yaza go ahead and do a crackdown attempt. But we've got... No, purge. Purge is what I want. So we're going to try to purge. We're going to go ahead and spend a little bit of influence on it. Let's go to that.
Terminating the opposition.
And then you are going to do another... What's our public rating? Yeah, we're still quite a ways down. Let's go ahead and do another public campaign. Put some money in.
Must persuade the people.
You can come down and do control. What is our number? Starting at 17. That's too low. We're not going to do that quite yet. Nobody spotted her, but I can't do much else with her that's useful. I could advise. She's got 1 science. We won't get much out of her. I could defend interest Canada, but I want to get that 3rd spot before we do something like that. Hey there, Driddalicious and friends! I think we can do... Can we do that now? Oh, still need a username? Alright. There we go. Welcome! Welcome to, Terra, Terra Invicta? Yeah, that's what it's called. Terra Invicta. Alright. So, what are we going to have this person do? She doesn't need to go in behinding. I guess I could try a low % chance. I don't really have much else to do with her. Yeah, let's do a low %. 30% chance for 2. Let's go for it.
Bringing them to our side.
And then we're going to bring him down to also do public opinion boost.
I will tell our story.
Alright, our 4 counselors are assigned. Again, I'm going to wait till we fully control Canada before I reassign their investment ratios. So, we do have some science generation starting to come in. It'll really kick up once we start taking control of America. For the moment, it's not going to make much difference. How are we doing in the race here, though? 71. We're only 34, so we're not going to win this at my current spending. I'm actually going to put 100% in here, and let's see if we can overtake them before it finishes up. I'd like to be able to pick the second tech that's going to come out of We Are Not Alone. So if we go to the tech tree, that top section of techs, whichever faction contributes the most towards finishing the tech, gets to choose the next one. So We Are Not Alone, when that finishes, if I'm the leader, I get to pick from the connections that it goes to. I really want... Which one was it? I think it's Arrival Economics. The reason is I'm aiming for Great Nations. I need to get Great Nations. So if I right-click Great Nations, it will show just that chain. So I want this, then I want these 2, that one, and that one. It's going to take quite a while to get all that done, but I'd like to work down that pathway if I can manage it. So I'm going to try to focus that way. Yeah, let's get out of the tech tree. So we're done here. I'm going to go full allocation, and We Are Not Alone until I see that we've got that complete. Let's confirm and roll time forward.
Public sentiment is increasing.
So we got a 9% increase to our public sentiment in Mexico. We're up to 23.
We hold no sway.
We failed on our second one, rolled an 80, but our success chance was only up to 70. Alien fleet has been detected. Let's go ahead and take me to the alien fleet. Hey there, alien fleet. Designated Victor 1 actually is the decaying proton. Hello, decaying proton. Aren't you fancy? All sorts of details. We can only really detect the drive type being used from the emissions, an alien fusion torch. 2 of them. So we're limited in what we can detect currently. Let's switch to the... so there you go. That's where he's at. Victor 1 on his way to Earth. He's going to intersect Earth's orbit right at that point, obviously. Here at 21st of November, he'll arrive. So, only a couple of weeks.
Mission in progress.
Bring me back to Earth, please. And keep rolling time forward. The important ones haven't hit yet.
We have removed some tracks.
Yes! Purge mission, critical success! We rolled a 2! So, we have eliminated influenced politicians and leaders that took bribes from that other nasty faction, Humanity First, and we've gained public support for doing so. We are now in full control of Canada.
The trick is not to look directly at what you
Global research complete. So Skywatch was completed. Unfortunately, Humanity First contributed the most, so they get to pick the next tech in that chain. Oh, they got the lead in that one too? That's not good.
We've gained significant support.
Control nation missions. So we got it. We got it. We rolled a 15. We had a 42% chance after the other public opinion increase that we got. So I think we were rolling. We had a 30% chance when we set that mission up, but because our one public support mission succeeded, it increased our chances. So we got one of Mexico's nodes. Now I need to grab the other two before anybody else jumps in there. All right, so this is another point for us to be able to grab some various bonus types. So I'm going to go with economic development. That's going to be really beneficial when we start taking the US of A here pretty soon. All right, here we are. So far, the only one to take any points here in Mexico. We got 4 control points in Mexico because it's got a larger GDP than Canada. I don't know if I can take all 3 in one swing. I'd love to grab all 3 of them at once. If I can at least get 2, that's the critical part. You're not allowed to take the executive control point to the far right unless you already own one of the previous ones. So if I can secure these 2, nobody can jump in to grab this one without getting me out. So they'd have to crack down, purge me out, or some other way of removing me. So if I can at least get 2, that's what my focus is right now. I'm gonna go all in on trying to grab these 2 this next round before somebody else jumps in and monkeys with my plan. Well, let's take a look at Canada. We have all 3 control points for Canada, so that is great. I am going to set all of them to that. So as a quick tip, if you set one column, you can just click the header up here, and it'll automatically reset all the other ones you control to that same column settings. So you don't have to click across to every single one of these. Just set up one column, click, and you're good to go. Another thing you can do is there are a whole bunch of presets that you can use for various things. I haven't explored them in detail enough to really have an opinion or know which ones do what. A lot of the ones on the bottom are nods to classic science fiction artists. Ian Banks, Robinson, Bain, Asimov, Roddenberry, Kennedy, Clark, Cornell, Heinlein, etc. And you can set your own custom, and then you can apply it whenever you want. So for now, I'm just going to stick with what we got. A little tiny bit of funding and spoils. They want how much? Probably 11%. Yeah, they want 11%. I'm only giving them 10. So I'm not too worried about the elites getting unhappy that they're not getting their more than fair share from behind the scenes profits. And what that does for me is this gives me cash. So we do need some cash income. So we're getting a small part of these spoils based on our control point ownership. So if I wanted to rob the country, I could bump spoils up quite a bit. It's really damaging to the economy of the country because you're literally just removing money without any of the normal processes. You're not paying for anything. You're not providing any economic controls or ecological controls, none of that. So it's just straight out theft, and it really damages the economy if you do much of it for much of a length of time. But a little bit is good. We're going to do a little bit. Same thing with funding. This is a similar thing. You get a lot less money, but it does no damage to the country or the economy. We don't really need to worry about unity. Canada is in pretty good shape. It's a full democracy. Don't get hung up on the word democracy. It doesn't describe really government type. It's more just an indicator for how cohesive the government is. The government score measuring the amount of democracy, which represents things like civil liberties, popular selection of leaders, press freedoms, and so on. It's an encompassing stat, just indicating how in control and I guess fair the government is. But there are no options. As it goes up and down, actually, it'll change the name. If it's high, it's a democracy. If it goes lower, it could be an autocracy and other choices, I guess. I haven't seen the full range yet. But it's in really good shape. That's a high number. That's higher than the U.S.'s. I think the U.S. is like 7.8, which is a whole different class. It's peaceful. There's no problems there. It's got advanced knowledge levels. It's got a diverse cohesion level, which is actually good. You want to be middle ground on cohesion, not too far in either direction. It's got moderate inequality. We might want to bring that down a bit, but it's not bad at all. So Canada is really, really nice and peaceful and, and well organized, apparently. You don't need to do too much to Canada. The U.S., on the other hand, has got some issues you have to deal with, and some of the other countries are just obviously awful and take quite a bit of work to bring around if you're planning on staying in them any length of time. But yeah, so I think we'll just keep these settings. I don't need a huge amount of money ongoing. Most of these are caretaker settings just to keep everything looking kind of nice so we don't backslide. They're saying a little more welfare would be good, which is this inequality option. So the uber rich welfare is not just the word welfare and what it typically means. It's just redistribution of wealth and repairing harm done to the environment. So it's again a term that encompasses many different concepts within government. So yeah, they're wanting me to put a little bit more in there, but I think we're good with where we're at. So we're going to leave Canada alone. We'll just take up our little portions of income. So for spoils, for example, completing the spoils priority, gaining 84.5 directly to the owner of each control point. Increases inequality, decreases democracy, etc. I think it's 253 per year. So you divide that by 12 and so on to see how much you actually get, but I'm not worried about that. So we're getting a little bit of cash income, and it'll grow quite a bit as we go along. All right, so Canada's ready to go. What else are we doing? We're going to pull our guy out of Canada. Oh, actually, am I? Or do I want to defend Canada? So here's the thing. There's a mission called Defend. This one, Defend Interests. Fortify our control points in this nation against enemy crackdowns, purges, and coup. Basically, we double bribe everybody. So we go around to the people we've already bribed, and we bribe them again to be double extra loyal. That's essentially what's happening here. We're defending our interests. We're making it so it's harder for other people. So it applies basically a negative modifier to enemies that come in and try to gain public favor or try to attack our control points. It makes it much harder for them to do so. It costs 20 influence, which is kind of expensive at this early stage of the game, but it lasts for 6 months. Now, the problem I have is I'm not planning on keeping Mexico or Canada. They're stepping stones for us. It's going to take everything we've got just about to fully control the U.S. The only reason we're going into these is because A, controlling them or any country gets us access to the resource generation that we need to do things, but B, it just gives us an adjacency bonus if we try to go control something in the U.S. So if I go to the U.S. and I say control nation, right in this section you'll see how it breaks down. This guy's got an 11.9% or 11.9 score versus 27.2 because the U.S. has got such a large GDP, which is how most of these numbers are generated. So because there's such a disparity there, we have a terrible success chance. How do we get a better success chance? Well, popular support. We're going to send our mouthpieces in there, and we're going to extol the virtues of the resistance and raise the popular opinion. That'll raise this bonus number. And then control points in neighbors. By holding control points in neighboring countries, we get another bonus. And this isn't like a percent bonus. This is this value, which is compared to that value, which then generates the percent. These are much more powerful than just 3.4% would be. This is going to influence it a lot more. So by getting Mexico, I think we get this up to 6, something like that as a bonus, and then we can get the popular support up, and then we're going to start throwing massive amounts of influence into our attempts to control the points. It's going to be painful, it's going to take a little while, and it's going to burn influence like crazy, but it's what we have to do in order to actually break into America and start taking over control points. But so the consequence is, as I start taking control points in the U.S., they're super expensive to try to hold via our capacity. So we have a cap limit in control points, and it's going to take everything I've got just to control America. So as I start gaining control of these, I have to abandon my control of these other countries. I tried to hold on to Canada a few times, and I have not yet really succeeded at it. I've gotten close, but I eventually needed to stop supporting it, stop funding it, so I could put everything into focusing on the U.S. So I'm just about giving up trying to hold both in a resistance start at least. But Mexico will definitely end up getting tossed. I just can't afford it. So that's what the whole point of this conversation is. I may not want to defend it because I'm not going to stay there very long, and there's not really going to be a point. I just need it for the current adjacency. So maybe I won't do the defend mission there. Nobody has spotted Adrienne. Let's go with... I guess we'll go with another attempt. Only 1%. Let's get the right nation selected here. Mexico, control nation. 25% to start. 64 with a little bit of influence. I really want to hoard that influence until I can get into the U.S. Let's go with... I really need these other 2 points. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the 8 point.
We'll bring this nation to our side.
Then we're going to go
Ready
public
for
campaign with you. Throw some money in.
Making our
We're going to hope the public campaigns
Ready
succeed.
to go. Where do you need me?
I'll have 2 people trying to capture and 2 people doing public campaigns is what we're looking at. Ouch. That is cutting into my cash supply. I need to hold some cash. Alright, let's look at something real quick. Before I spend cash on these, I need to go check what our list looks like for buying orgs. Influence, influence, influence. 1.2k. We're not going to be able to afford anytime soon. Yeah, alright. So we can't buy any of these. They're all either influence or way more money than we've got. I just wanted to double check. If there was one that had modifiers that I needed or could be helpful, I might want to change my plans. Alright, so, yes you, yes spend the money.
I will tell our story.
And you are coming down also. Get on down here, try to capture something. Ouch. Ouch. Lower perception. Harder for him to do. God, I really need to capture both of these before anybody else jumps in, but I can't afford that kind of influence spend. I think I'll take a Hail Mary 41% with only 4 influence. I think that's worth it.
Establishing control.
Alright, everybody's set up. We're all in on Mexico. We're hoping to capture 2 nodes this round. I got 2 public opinion announcements going off. Hopefully those will raise our percentage chances for our other 2 that'll happen at the end of the round in capturing these 2 nodes. Once I got these 3, I'm still not safe because somebody could come along and purge me out, but the danger there is they purge me and they also do a capture at the same round and they end up with both in quick succession. Or even on succeeding turns. So I'm desperate to get all 3 of these control points as quick as I can, but I don't think I can afford to do it in one round. Alright, so we're not worried about tech. How are we doing on catching up? So we're not going to catch up. 57 versus 92? Yeah, we're not going to get control of that. Alright, let's switch it back to 50-50 since I know I'm not going to get my choice anyway. It could happen if he stopped doing it, but he's almost double. So, 40%, whatever that works out to. We put in 57, he's put in 92. I just don't think, even if I go 100%, I don't think with the time that we have remaining that we'll get control of it. Well, it's kind of a... yes, I have thought of that, but I should have said I am planning on temporarily leaving Canada and Mexico. There is a distinct possibility, if I keep pumping hard on public opinion in both of them, that nobody else will come along and try to capture them, because they'll see that I've got like 75% public opinion, and I'm already in control of the U.S., and there's no real point to going after those 2. Mexico is the more likely target because it's closer to the equator, which gives you a boost up to orbit bonus, because equatorial regions, it's easier to get into the low Earth orbit from the equator. So you'll see a lot of activity along equatorial nations, and that's closer than the U.S. portions are. But eventually, the reason I talked about the research earlier that we're going to push for is we're going to try to federate the whole America, the whole Americas. We're going to try to federate Canada and Mexico with the U.S. into one giga country. So absolutely trashing them is not really in my interest. Cash is what we're going to get out of spoils. It's going to destroy those countries if I do it. And I don't really need a whole bunch of cash. It's really only critical for getting orgs really quickly, and it depends on which orgs you've got on your list. So I try to avoid trashing those two on my way out, because I know I'm going to try to hold them if I can manage it. I just can't afford to support them for a while until I can get some other stuff done. So yeah, I'm aware it's a strategy, though. I just choose not to try to do so for these two particular countries. A lot of other places I would be happy to do it and just jump in, take control, set it to maximum effort on spoils, grab big old piles of cash, grab up orgs, and go merrily on my way. I can actually try that once we get control of things. Right now I'm just hyper-focused on getting certain things done with all of my counselors. I'm also in a bit of a time crunch because certain events are going to happen, and I want to get certain things done before those events trigger, so I can't have my guys herring off on control missions for random countries and stuff. Alright, confirm. Yeah, we know about you guys. We already encountered you in Canada.
We are winning their hearts.
So, we got a 7% boost. That's going to make our control rolls a little easier. We're at 30% in Mexico now. Now, another problem is other factions could also be campaigning here. And so even though I gained 7, if another nation had a critical success, our overall share might have actually dropped. So it's kind of hard to predict during the in-between times. So that was pretty straightforward. We went from 30 to 37. Now the two hard ones. Come on, come on, come on! Give me some good numbers.
We're taking over.
First one success. Rolled a 44. Max chance was 79. One to go.
We failed to take control.
Nah, we failed. We rolled 81. We only had a 66. That was my second guy. I think I was Hail Marying somewhat. It was up to 66, so unfortunate we missed it. No symbols. Alright, nobody else jumped in, so we still got 2 to go, and I'm going to try to capture both at once again, but it's just critical that I get 1. So, you are going to go after 1. Damn it, I hate having to pump in influence. I need massive influence to go after the US. I'm going to be burning influence like crazy when I go over there. Let's see. How many of my guys have capture attempts? 3 out of the 4?
Where to?
All 4 of them can try? Maybe I'll do just all 4 of them with minimum influence chances this time. We'll do like 2 points.
Standing by for orders. We'll bring this nation to
I'll
our
just
side.
saturation bomb this place in attempts.
We will bring this nation to our side.
Ouch.
Establishing our presence.
Alright, we're going to go all in. All 4 of them are trying to control. I wants it. I got to get my public opinion folks up saturation bombing the radio and airwaves in the U.S. or the interwebs. And I'm still only at 100 influence. Ouch. I got to get some orgs and some other bonuses to give me more influence. I'm going to be tossing like 60 influence at a time, 64 at a time at attempts in the U.S. This is not enough. Not even close. Oh, it didn't finish. There's a slight possibility I might have been able to do it. Super slight. I thought it was going to finish in this round, but it didn't. It doesn't really matter because, I mean, it goes on the regular clock, so it'll finish in between the rounds, but that's unfortunate. Yeah, let's go ahead and bail out of there. We'll work on getting our influence generation here so I can get ready to waste it and try to break into the U.S. Hopefully they pick the one I want. Continue. Oh, that's right. We're in confirm time. Yeah, go for it.
The dreamer in me wants to believe it would bring a gold... That was probably my best chance right there. We rolled an 88.
Our supporters are in place.
We succeeded with a 54. Come on, I got 2 chances to get that last node.
We are taking over.
All right, we got it. Awesome. 47.
Mission is a no-go.
And the last one aborted. Alright, here it comes. Another alien ship coming screaming into the atmosphere. Where's it going to land? They seem to like to land in China. That's the place I've seen most often. Where's this one going to go? Brazil. Alright. Confirm assignments. Alright. Yep. Don't need your advice, thanks. So, first stage is complete. We now have full control of both Canada and Mexico. We've got our research up to 4.6. We've got 2.4 influence generation, of which monthly, it's coming in 72.1 a month. We are getting most of it from global public opinion, just general public opinion. That's why you want to be spamming out those public opinion commands all over the place. In the places first where you're focusing your attention to capture, but after that, it's important to keep spreading it because you get influence. And then we're getting a tiny bit from our counselors. Yeah, our counselors aren't providing enough. We need more. I need to start getting orgs attached to my counselors to give me numbers. All right, let's go take a look at the org list again. See if it's changed. Ooh, look at this! Oh, we got some options. Oh, that's going to spend all my influence, though. It doesn't really count. Just ignore these. I love it. United U.S. Special Forces. 1st, 5th, 7th, 10th. It's going to be sad when somebody else grabs these. Monthly income, -2 money, +5 on ops. So they've got lots of op point generation. Plus they raise, whoever you assign it to gets an increase in command and security. Similar? Similar. I think these are all the same, actually. Variations. Yeah, all variations. Alright, so yeah, we still can't do anything. The only cash one that I would think about is still way too expensive for us. So no worries there. We still can't do a 5th. We're not close to getting that unlocked. So let's go take a look at the U.S. Here's what we're looking at. If I tell who's my best,
At your service.
7, 8. I think he's the best.
Standing by for orders.
Yep. All right. So Mogotsi is the best. If I send him up here to the U.S. and I say control point, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be 1%. 2%. It's twice what I estimated. Oh man, I was so wrong. So, what we're looking at here, size of economy gives it a 27, -27.2 target difficulty, versus our 15.5, 8 from his persuasion, 1.5 from our popular sport level, and we have 6 points. So we're getting 3 each, essentially, between Canada and New Mexico, giving us these 6 points. We desperately need this. Now we have to work on this number. It's effectively the only other thing we can really do. We just need to saturation bomb public support over and over and over again until I think I get close enough that I can start bombing influence in and then try to go after it. Even if I max spend influence, it gets us to 15%. And this is my best candidate. My best option. So yeah, that's what I mean. I've only got 120 influence. I can't do too many of these 64s. So, it's going to be a little rough. So we're going to have 2 guys public speaking, and the other 2 I got to find jobs for. So you're one of my speakers. You're definitely going there. 80%. I think that's good enough. Let's try to start saving up some cash.
We must persuade.
Next up, you do not have public speaking. We can go try to crack down somebody else. We can go investigate counselors. Have we spotted anybody to investigate? Just my... Oh, nope, we have. We got 2 unknowns in Italy. Yeah, let's go spy on somebody. Go investigate whoever that is. Good luck. Our other public speaker... U.S., please. And I am going to kick a little into there. I want at least an 80%.
Making our case.
And you.
Ready
What
for
am I
orders.
going to do with you? Surveilling? Yeah, you're not too bad. Don't need to go to ground. Don't... Oh, we do have alien activity. Let's go look at the alien activity. Yeah, we'll go investigate that. That's good use for you.
Headed there now.
Alright, so we're going to go... one of our guys is going to investigate somebody in Italy. We got two opportunities there. Surveil? I could go surveil Brazil as well. I don't think it really makes a difference. Surveil is just going to let us know somebody's there. We need to investigate, get any details, and I don't really care who goes to Brazil versus who's sitting here in Italy. So we'll skip the surveil step and we'll just investigate somebody. And we'll hope we get lots of critical successes in our publicity bomb in the U.S. So everybody's ready. New tech has been picked. Advanced electromagnetism. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted Arrival Domestic or Arrival International. He went with Advanced Electromagnetism. Alright. I mean, they're all important eventually. I'm just trying to get to Great Nations, which is going to take me quite a while. So, I'm not too disappointed. We need a lot of this stuff anyway. So we'll cancel that. I'm still going to finish up the audience research. Now we're up to 4.6 per month, so great. We're going to finish this on 27 November. Oh, we'll finish it this week. It's 22 November now, and it's a 1-week cycle, so we'll have it finished when we, it'll finish during the next cycle of orders. And that'll give me an influence boost, and then we'll change the project, so we'll leave that alone. I don't want to change, if I change anything, it'll make it so we don't finish it next round. Off we go.
We have found nothing to note.
Investigate, fail. I had a 92% chance. We rolled a 96. Oh, well.
Public opinion is moving in.
So, we got a 9% boost. It's easier early. As you get more and more market share, the numbers tend to go down. But we doubled our standing, so we jumped from 9 to 18%. Great. Good start.
We have moved the needle.
Ouch. Only 4% out of you. That was Vladimir. I'll have to look at their numbers. I'm not sure if the perception increases the chances to succeed or the amount you earn, or both possibly. Or maybe it's even weighted by the difference in the percentages when you succeed. Alright, so project complete. We finished our audience research project. We got 25 of the very important influence. Let's go pick another one. Let's go get the easy alien stuff out of the way. So we'll finish this one up very quickly.
Here's what we found.
Alien activity investigated. Gives us a bonus to xenology research going forward. Alright, she's done. Can't do anything else down there, so nobody has spotted her. We can do the surveil. I could stabilize. So we could stabilize in Mexico. I'm just always leery about doing stuff like that in these locations because I'm not going to be in control here very long. But they have an insurgency, so 5.5 unrest. So stabilizing would help this. I can't find anything else for her. I don't want to defend interests anywhere yet. I don't need control. Well, I could go grab a small nation to grab cash out of, I guess. I don't really know what the good choices for that is. I think a good choice is going to be like one of the oil-rich nations. Let's go take a look. So if I try to go after Baghdad or Iraq, what am I looking at? A fairly easy success rate, and then you just spoils the hell out of it and reap the cash for a little bit, and then when I abandon it because of control point issues, I'll have bankrolled some dollar. How about 26? What's the GDP differences here? 1.3 versus, oh, that's why. 3 times the GDP. 19%. I mean, I want some cash, but I don't want... You can see the numbers here as well once I have the mission selected, so I can just kind of scan around. 83, but I don't think there's a lot of GDP coming out of Afghanistan. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Iraq. Let's go for 2 influence, 74%.
Taking control.
Your orders?
Alright, so you guys are just going to keep blaring away.
I will try
Whoops, wrong nation.
Ready for orders.
Get back here. I keep forgetting. Interface-wise, even though I'm staring right at the nation I want him to work on, I got to make sure I click it at the right time. So, public campaign, U.S.
I will tell.
Get back here.
Ready.
All right, so our target moved. We followed the target to this location. They moved from Italy over to here. I'm not going to investigate. Let's go try to get the other control point in Iraq.
Putting our people in place.
I haven't tried this before as a strategy, so we'll see how well it seems to work for us. And of course, more here. United States. Bump it a bit.
We must persuade the people.
Okay, so what are we up to? We've got 22%. We're behind the Academy. There's still a fair amount of the undecideds available to swing. Simpler to swing the undivideds out, which is the gray bar, than it is to, once this starts filling up with the faction colors, it's harder to sway people out of another faction's type. So we want to get as much of this as we can. It's not unusual. I've seen it before where I had enemy nations or enemy factions media bombing the nation I was trying to take control of, like the U.S., just to slow me down in taking it over. Theoretically, they also would benefit, but 28 for the Academy. They start pretty high. They're going to lose a lot of that here to an event pretty soon. So if they don't come in like gangbusters here pretty quick, that's going to shrink rapidly, and we'll be able to grab public opinion a lot easier. All right, so research is done. We can't do a new counselor. No orgs for us to grab, so we're all set. See how things go. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do need to check that, or at least abandon it before I start messing in the U.S. I don't think in this time period we have to worry about that with Iraq, but I'll go look. Project complete. Alien signatures. Let's go ahead and pick the next one. Yep. Yep. Alright, should we pick up the 300 pointer or do another audience research for what I know is going to be a nightmare of influence spending? I'm gonna hold off on the floor a bit. Let's do another one of the audience research. And do I split it? Try to get control of this again? As soon as I get the US, even portions of it, we'll have a lot more resource available, more research, and I'll be able to slant these things a lot easier. Right now, we've got very little, so it's hard for me to kind of control the direction of some of these global researches on the top row. I think I'm just going to let them go until I get the US, then I'll start focusing my attention up there. So we'll just leave it 100% and get my short-term needs met. Keep going. Actually pause again. Whoops. Pause again. So success, another 8%. That's great. We're up to 30.
The people will come to our side.
Another 7%. 37. Pause again. Let me go look at this. Relations, rivals. We got Russia. We got China. North Korea. Cuba? Yeah, I made the mistake with Cuba previously. Iran. Afghanistan, Sudan, Venezuela, and Syria. Alright, we're okay with Iraq.
We failed to.
Oh! 1%! That's not the closest fail I've had. I've had a failure where I was at 75.4 and I rolled like a 75.5. No, it was 0.3 difference. So I needed like a 75.5 and I rolled a 75.8. Our percentage dice have decimals. Oh, man, that made me mad. Yeah, 0.3 is the worst one I've had so far. I've had 2 of them that came down to decimals. I think one of them was like a 0.8, but the lowest I had was 0.3. So close.
We have gained significant support.
We got one of the 2. I'll leave one person there to try to grab the second spot, and we'll continue on our way. All right. So just keep blaring away. We're not going to try here yet. Keep throwing money at the problem.
I will try to sway the public.
Ready to go.
You can go ahead and stick around. You're the better of my two,
At your
right?
service.
Yep, you're
Where
the better
to?
one. All right.
Bringing them to our side.
And more of this.
We'll make our appeal.
All right, what are we gonna do with
I'm
you?
here.
Go back investigating. Mess with somebody? Anybody going after Russia yet? Whoa! Hey there. Hey there, Academy. Academy went big on Russia, did they? Is anybody in Kazakhstan yet? Ooh, nobody's on Kazakhstan yet. Oh, I would so love to get in. I've been dreaming of trying to do a USA run where I also managed to grab Kazakhstan and peel it out of the Eurasian Union. I really want that. Nobody's in there yet. What are my chances? Ooh, starts at 44. Oh, do I really want to try this? If I would happily give up Mexico and Canada if I could just grab US and Kazakhstan. For those that aren't familiar with the game or world geography and boost capacity, the reason is this right here. The Baikonur Cosmodrome. The most boost capacity in the entire game. Yes, even more than the U.S. has, because there's reasons for that. But yeah, getting control of that for a length of time, even if it's just for a length of time to build up the boost availability. But you got to get it, and it's a hot property. A lot of factions go after it. But with Academy in control of Russia already, I think they're going to quickly turn their attention over here, and I don't know if I would have, with me focusing so hard on America, I don't know if I would be able to get enough focus on this. I'm going to try it, though. I'm going to try it. Let's try to go in and get some early... I'm tempted to send both my folks over here. I can wait on
Bringing them to
the...
our side.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Your orders.
relocate you. Go over here.
We'll be running this place in no
Please,
time.
please, please let me have Kazakhstan. I'm surprised nobody's in there already. That one I would want to keep forever. If I can get both of those, I would instantly do a defend on it, and then just I can't afford to send any of my public opinion folks over here. I need them both in America, but man, I would really like to raise my public awareness or public opinion. All right, but yeah, that's why it's so valuable. The Baikonur Cosmodrome, massive, massive boost numbers, biggest in the game. So if we go look at the nations and we go show all nations, and then we sort the column by boost capacity. That's weird. I think it's showing... I think Russia is getting the Baikonur handed to them because they're part of the Eurasian Union. So yeah, it doesn't really show here because it's being split out and it's showing a different time frame. But yeah, that's very important. We're going to go for it. If we can grab it, and then I'll put one guy to defend, and I'll send the other person back here, and I'll do another couple of rounds of public opinion, and then we'll start trying for the U.S. All right. Confirm assignments. Yes. Yes.
The people will come to our side.
Another 7%.
We are winning their hearts
6%.
and minds.
Cool. We're up to 49%. We should be getting in the range where we're getting close to where I would be comfortable trying my first attempt. All right, the two takeovers. Do it.
We were unable
Ah!
to stop.
94! 94 is not going to
Still
get...
lack support.
Damn it! Another 1%er! Screw you, game! Stop it! It's more painful when you make it so close. I don't mind when I fail by 30%. This 1% nonsense is annoying. Ugh. So much for that hope. Anybody else sneak in? Not yet. Nobody sees me yet. Alright, we're gonna do one more try. I really need this influence elsewhere.
We'll bring this nation to our side.
Why go back and forth? Stay at that location. Give me the other guy. Don't make me watch you spin around the globe, damn it. I don't care if that's the order they're in. Go to order of location you start at, then start spinning. Actually, what's our numbers look like? Hey, look at that. He's on. Oh yeah, he's my best. Actually, that's the wrong. No, that's the right guy. Max would get a 74. That would be my first Hail Mary. I don't mind going the maximum influence for the first one. After I get the first one, it gets a little easier. Here, let's wait one more round. Let's give one more round opportunity for Kazakhstan, and then we'll go over here and go bombing in America. So let's do another round of public campaigning.
I will try to
Zip back across the world.
Your orders?
Get back in there.
Bringing them on board.
Please don't roll 74 again.
We must persuade the people.
Alright. Still just the special forces. I'm not doing any of that. Ooh, Proxima Aviation. Plus 3% spaceflight program. Priority. With +1 mission control. I would like it. I would get it, but you know, I don't have the money. All right, how about research? Any change there? Not really. We're letting them go do whatever they want to do for now. Look who's in charge. Everything. Not for long, Academy. Enjoy it while it lasts. You're not going to have that eminence for long.
It has always been true that we must.
Project Exodus has been countered. The Nopers.
If these
We are winning their hearts and
5%.
We have moved the needle.
3%. Notice the number is getting a lot lower. It's getting a lot lower. So we've got a fairly overwhelming amount of opinion now. We've driven out most of the rest. The undecideds are still hanging in there at 25%. So we still got room for improvement. We should have pretty good numbers next round when I make my first attempts here. All right. Come on, Kazakhstan. Come on. Give it to me. All of a sudden I see it change to two other
Our presence is
factions.
growing.
There's one. We got one. 49 rolled. Come
We were able
on.
to
No!
establish control.
Damn it, I'm done over here. I want to leave. I just wanted a 2-turn in and out. One to capture, one to defend, and I'm gone, and I'm not getting it. Yeah, I know we have enough to require Delta Force. Arg. Alright. Oh. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, something changed. Oh. Youch. Big ol' change. Who came in hard? Who is that? Protectorate. Protectorate just ate a chunk of my public opinion, you bastards. Ugh, that's what I was worried about. Somebody saw me doing this, and they decided to counter me. Arg. Now, my public opinion guys are fighting somebody else, which sucks. And we've dropped back my percent chances significantly.
ready for my mission.
Yeah, I'm back two turns ago. Worse than 2 turns ago. Damn it. Why'd you have to go and do that, Protectorate? That's really annoying. Well, I guess we're gonna wait it out yet another turn.
Making our kiss.
Ready for my mission.
What's the up?
9%? 9%? What happened? Youch. Oh, had it on the wrong country again. That's what happened. I was on the US probably. Alright. Can we fail another one at 80%? We certainly can.
Bringing them on board.
Acknowledged.
I don't want to do the defend until I have both. Otherwise, I'll end up with one defended and one not, because I think the defend goes off before the takeover. I guess we're going to double up. Let's try to make sure we grab it.
Taking control. I will tell our story.
It's taking longer than I wanted. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. We were so close. This turn I was going to start trying to take them. Damn you. Why'd you guys have to show up? Stupid protectorate. New project, military science lab.
We've moved the needle.
4 whole percent? Great. Yeah, we increased it by 4, but we're still only at 49%. I think they're doing the same thing. I talked earlier
Our
about.
case remains
That doesn't help
unsolved.
me. That doesn't help me. Ugh.
We're taking over.
Alright, so we got Kazakhstan.
Mission aborted.
We'll leave one guy there to defend, bring the other one over to the U.S. I might have to start Hail Marrying in the U.S. Alright, first thing, anything new on this front? Proxima Aviation, take a good chunk of my points, get us that mission control and some space flight program funding. Good old Delta Force. I am not spending influence. We got all of the influence going into controlling the U.S., so no. We don't quite have enough. He's got enough. Exit. So this is my activist with 8 persuasion and a fairly terrible mission set. It is persuasion again. I don't need to remove any traits. I don't want to add any of those traits. Not interested in Puppet Master right now. I think I just go hard on his persuasion. Nobody else is quite to 20 yet. Alright, so who we leaving? We're leaving...
Reporting in.
You are perception 7. Let me look at my US folks first.
Standing by.
So we're now up to 9 perception. We got an extra point in our trying to capture. So US control, we're up to 20 base, so 9 persuasion, 8.7 popular, and the 6. So we're getting close to parity. And if we bomb it, 80% if we do an initial influence bomb. Always pains me to do this one. I really need this first position.
Establishing control.
The pain!
Reporting in.
Alright, so we're not going to be able to do that with too many people. Let's have the other guy in the US do another public campaign. Hopefully make that number a little better. We will have you run off and either investigate. Oh, we got spotted. Go to ground or go investigate somebody. Who's on our list? Got a couple of unknowns, one in Vienna, one in Oslo. Actually, let me look around real quick. Who's in... Anybody in Israel yet? Nobody's in Israel. I wouldn't mind grabbing Israel real quick, just while I've got the CP capacity and getting rid of the nuke. Anybody going after India yet? Nobody's in India yet. Nobody better be in China yet. That's the hardest nation to get into. All right, Adrian, do the defense mission. Going to cost me 20 of my precious influence, but I need to defend. I want to, if I can manage it in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to try to hold Kazakhstan.
Securing our control.
Alright, you're going to do another public campaign.
Making our case.
Whoops.
Acknowledged.
Ready to go.
Do that again. Let's bump up some more cash.
I will tell our story.
What's the op?
Standing by for orders.
Oops, did the wrong person. Actually, let's run back down here. Yeah, let's do that.
Establishing control.